Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family beyond the binary, good evening and welcome to the second match of the Hyperion Cup. My name is Warren Jugglegod Hammond and I am joined on the mic tonight by none other than the King. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh man, I'm doing great. So excited to cast this match.
Yeah.
This is my third casting, and man, I am ready.
Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic matchup. We have Paradise Aegis going up against Tempest Typhoon tonight. Really looking forward to seeing what both of these teams bring. They've both been around for a little while.
Oh yeah. Paradise Aegis, obviously, they went 4-4 in their first season GGNA. They've been together for a while, so I think we're really looking forward to seeing. They probably have their synergy down. I'm looking to see a really solid meta comp here. Anything else you want to say about John?
Yeah, well, I want to keep my eye out on Brick. They are a fantastic hit scan. Loki as well, just a phenomenal Pharah. So definitely going to be watching those two players come off, or hopefully pop off tonight. But let's take a look as well at Tempest Typhoon, see what they have coming up for us. This team actually likes to play a lot of Brawl and Double Bubble. And in fact, 3 of the members have been on this team for almost a year. The rest picked up about 5 months or so ago.
Yeah, and one of the most obvious notes here, Lemon Pepper claims to be Batman. Now, it would be funny. So Batman's Bruce Wayne, right? Bruce Wayne, multi-billionaire, right?
Right.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Lemon Pepper. I'm terribly sorry. But if you DC here, I'm gonna laugh, because if you have multi-billion, you're gonna have the best setup, the best Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, but that would just be so funny if something happened. It would be awful. It would be awful. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, I don't know.
That would be funny. We'd have to call their bluff at that point. I'm also going to be really looking forward to watching Yikes, the main tank player. Expecting them to really do a lot of work tonight. Apparently we need to watch for some fat shatters from them. So excited to see what comes from both. And the map pool has already been determined. So we are headed first to Lijiang Tower tonight.
Oh yeah, and I know you were talking about Loki earlier with that Pharah play. Pharah, as a Pharah player myself, I can say for certain, Lijiang Towers, one of my favorite maps as a Pharah player. So I really hope we get to see some quality Pharah play. That would absolutely make my day here.
Yeah, me too. I love seeing a great Pharah come out. And Lijiang Tower, like you said, absolutely fantastic for Pharah play. We can see most teams tend to play Brawl on these maps, but a disruption comp with a ball Sig and a Pharah could be very, very powerful, especially here on Night Market.
Oh yeah, Night Market. Obviously, I would love to. I would say Night Market and Gardens, probably the 2 Pharah maps. We might see it on Control. But if they say Loki is a nice Pharah player, I would love to say it here and now. So we'll be able to see team comms in 10 seconds. Now, I'm guessing we're going to get debated right off the bat. How about you, Joe?
It always happens. People, want to pick heroes that either they don't play or maybe they want to practice some tech in spawn. I know that's what I do as Wrecking Ball. I just hard lock that Wrecking Ball and end up practicing my wall jumps and rebounds. But not sure if we're going to see anything change too much here, because both teams look like they have a very standard Brawl composition coming out. Gonna expect TPs from both teams. But I think it's Kriya with the Mei that may give a little bit of an edge to Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be interesting. It's gonna be weird to see how Brick Wall and Kriya are gonna match up.
Yeah, well, both teams TP into the point now. DMs using from both. The wall comes out from Kriya, but already Don Super is picked. Immortality Field out as well. And behind that big photon beam from Average Size, the rest of Tempest Typhoon just going to have to back out. And Paradise Aegis just going to cap this point first.
Yeah, Brick Wall on that Reaper, he was able to absolutely melt Yikes on the Reinhardt. And I think that's what we saw early on. I think The Reaper pick initially coming out, and it's going to be really hard to break this Sim defense here. They got all the turrets set up and everything, so we're going to see how they do this.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very tough for them to do. Turrets, like you said, already set up. They're going to do it with the TP, though. That's how they're going to get around them. Don Super, once again, though, kicked out. Caffeine doing, or Kappa Nemo doing a fantastic job. Gets 2 boops off the side. So Paradise Aegis gonna hold again.
Oh my. And you know, Goob Dude, I freaking loved that charge so much. That was the most Chad thing you could do, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, that was a fantastic charge from them. Well, it's coming in on both sides, but Paradise Aegis looking a little bit better. Hidden Ninja with that amplification matrix gonna make it hard for Tempest Typhoon to push in.
Yeah, and
here they come.
This male here, Korea almost has this. Is gonna be really interesting. It's really enclosed space. Huge shadow from Goob Dude though, able to take out the Diva, although it's not look like the mech's gonna be able to take it out.
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon gonna be able to finally take this point under their control for the first time, and they did it without really having to use too terribly much.
Oh yeah, that male, like I was talking about earlier, enclosed space, not really much you can do against it. Kind of crazy what you can. I think what, it froze 4 or 5?
Yeah, it did.
Crazy scenes. And now we'll see Jab Gamer on the Sim this time. He'll be able to set up those Sim turrets for his team.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we're seeing the Sim stay from both teams, but I guess it's just such a powerful pick these days that you have to. Amplification Matrix used early by Dr. Brennan. That's going to cause Paradise Aegis to just wait at the main doors here to the point until it goes off. Here comes the engagement, though. Goop2 trying to push forward onto point. The Shatter, though, whipped around, catches free. Immortality Field out by Hidden Ninja, but Don Super able to take Goob out of the fight immediately. That's Blossom on point, catches 1, but it's Jab Gamer with 2. That's gonna really clear things up for Tempest Typhoon.
You know, we were hyping up Yikes before with his Shatters, and he came through then. They were able to pick off 1 or 2. But
yeah.
Afara? This is what I was waiting for? Let's go!
Yeah, let's see how this plays out. Cardi has their self-destruct, and Kappa Nemo gonna have the sound barrier as well, which is gonna really help them sustain through this fight. Average Size gonna start layering in those rockets, but Jab Gamer has this window, and that could really cause a lot of problems for them, depending on how they approach this. Here comes the engagement now. Average Size getting in a lot of work initially, but not really able to find anybody. Jab Gamer has this teleporter out as well. Here comes the self-destruct, doesn't catch anybody. Remake won't either. And here's the beat from Don Super. That sound barrier gonna make it so hard for Paradise Aegis to get anything done. But the Shatter from Goob, able to find somebody. Both main tanks out of the fight now, but once again, it's Jab Gamer again with this photon projector, dealing tremendous damage into every member of Paradise Aegis. Tempest Typhoon gonna come up with the win here first on Lijiang Tower.
You know, we were talking about earlier why Jab Gamer didn't swap with the Sim, maybe. And I think he proved us wrong right there. Sim just went to town. He got, what, 3 or 4 with the beam? That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot of value that they were able to get on that Symmetra, that entire fight. They're gonna, you know, Paradise Aegis is really gonna have to come up with something different to try and deal with this Symmetra.
Oh yeah, you know, we saw that far. Obviously, maybe not, you know, this is a control center. It's a little tight. But, you know, I'm liking this junk. I think this junk here especially could be a really nice play into this opposing comp.
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon's going to have to be very careful with their sound barriers and their immortality fields because of Brick Wall on that Junkrat. Because Junk, one of those Rip Towers can just turn a fight in an instant. So yeah, very curious to see how they're going to handle it. Fight starting out already. Jab Gamer doing a lot of damage once again to that shield of Goob Dude. Now looking for an off angle as well. They're able to catch out Average Size, so now no more Sim for Paradise Aegis. Nobody's really contesting Jab Gamer right now at all. They've just been free to melt through everybody on Paradise Aegis.
I mean, Jab kind of flanked us himself, and I mean, no one else turned around. He killed 2 or 3 before he finally went down to brick wall. We got to see something come out and stop that. He was getting free.
Do you think any ults are going to come online for this fight?
I mean, Jab Gamer. I could see Jab Gamer getting his. Yikes. Definitely. I would love to see a huge shatter from Yikes this fight.
Yeah, that's true. Goop Dude, though, a little bit in the lead on the shatter department, though. Immortality Field already destroyed. So Paradise Aegis going to be able to move in very quickly. They've almost taken out Jab Gamer, and that might be their win condition. Just take them out of the fight. Trade, though, happens. Goob is out of the fight now, so no shatter for Paradise Aegis. And it looks like they're just going to kind of back out, especially after the... Actually, the tire is going to let them recontest now. 3 down from Tempest Typhoon. This could be Paradise Aegis capping this point now.
Yeah, I think that's a done fight. I don't see anyone who can contest. However, Paradise Aegis, the amount of ults this team has for this next fight, surely it'll get flipped. Surely, right?
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon really has this in the bag, but the amplification matrix from Hidden Ninja is going to make things a lot harder, and the Fire Strike from Goob Dude definitely going to slow the roll of Tempest Typhoon. They're going to have to regroup, but like you said, they've just got so many ults to work with right now that it shouldn't be much of a problem for them to retake this. I imagine we're going to see the Blizzard come out very early on, as well as the window, or as well as the wall, the photonic barrier for Jab Gamer. Here comes the amplification matrix now from Dr. Brennan. They're able to push back on Paradise Aegis, gain a little bit of space here. Teleporter comes out. Looks like Jab Gamer going to try and get something in the back line as well. Goob tries for a shatter, but doesn't catch anybody out. Here comes the Blizzard right after Kriya is removed from the fight. So Tempest Typhoon going to have to equalize quick, and that's exactly what they do with a pick onto Goob Dude. Self-destruct comes out as well, doesn't catch anybody. A shield going down for Yikes, very, very low, and it's a good thing that Immortality Field was there, because they're going to be able to recharge that shield now a little bit, but Jab just beaming down Cardi in the back line of Tempest Typhoon. Here comes the Riptire again. It's going to start right on point. Is it going to be able to find anybody? No, it doesn't this time. And the point still getting progress for Paradise Aegis.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, all these ults, they still have 3. Yikes, almost with another shadow. That's actually very impressive.
Is huge. That could really swing the fight here. The barrier keeping a lot of this aggression away from Paradise Aegis at the moment. Hidden Ninja has the amplification matrix. There's the shatter. It catches Hidden Ninja out. But because of the sound barrier, they're not going to be able to really get any value off of that shatter. Goob Dude goes down low and is removed. But at the exact same time, Jab Gamer removed from the fight. Panda Bear demech'd now. And Cardi able to get a pick on the Yikes as well. Paradise Aegis up 1 now in this fight behind this fantastic work from Hidden Ninja with that amplification matrix. And with the overtime starting to tick down now, this is going to be Paradise Aegis taking this fight, unless Jab Gamer can come up with something tremendous here, and it doesn't look like that's in the cards.
You know, I was about to say, if Jab somehow manages to do that, I would be very impressed, but it looks like Tempest, Typhoon, able to bring it back 1-1. So, I mean, we're looking like we're going to have a great match.
I think so, yeah. Both teams look pretty powerful here. And it's all going to come down to Lijiang Gardens. So, this is where the Pharahs, I think, really could start to come out. And already, we see Paradise Aegis going over to quite a different look.
Yeah, and I think this will really suit them. You know, we've got average size, and, okay, Brick Wall will go to the Junkrat. I mean, I don't know if to say that, obviously, but I really... Oh, okay. You know, I'm not going to comment at all, because they're kind of just changing the comp.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen in spawn. But the gates have opened, and we are ready to start this thing out. Goop Dude actually goes back over to the Reinhardt at the last minute, so we're just going to be at doing Brawl v Brawl. Looks like Tempest Typhoon decided to TP to point, so they're going to get there earlier and be able to set up. But it's going to be interesting to see if this Sombra can really be the difference maker here. It's going to take her a while to build up that EMP, so I wouldn't be surprised if first fight goes to Typhoon Tempest, or Tempest Typhoon.
Oh yeah, and there's been some huge hacks by Advertise. Able to get out Jab Gamer, though, right off the bat. So no turrets and no more TP.
Yeah, that shield down from Goop Dude, and now they are just taking all of this photon projector damage to the face. And behind that, Tempest Typhoon gonna cap this point first.
Oh yeah, Yikes and Jab just going off. Panda able to get in the kill feed on the last kill. And you know, Jab Gamer, Kriya, Dr. Brennan, all or probably get their ult this next fight. And you know, oh,
Wow.
Pharmacy?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a pharmacy on the board and an echo. They're going just aerial damage as much as they can. TP is going to be removed quickly now, so Paradise Aegis won't have to really worry about that.
Oh yeah, now what I'm really looking for here is Brickwall needs to get behind as Goob Dude enters from White Room. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's what he does. Okay, maybe not. So then Brickwall should get behind him and go White Room and get behind him and then flank. And then you can get... The amount of damage he will be able to get will be insane. I think that's why he's doing a rotation right now. This next fight is going to be
already
instrumental.
in, though, for the contest. They back out, though, because of Dr. Brennan's amplification matrix. They're definitely trying to keep that at bay. 46% already on the board for Tempest Typhoon. But Don Super removed by Brick Wall, so this is definitely the opportunity for Paradise Aegis to come in and make something happen. But with the shatter from Yikes, that's going to stop all thoughts of capping this point. And Paradise Aegis now not in last fight territory, but we are moving there quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Jag Gamer still has the wall. Dawn, he's gonna have the sound barrier. And now we're looking at, what does Tempest have? I mean, they're gonna have the barrage, but not really much else. So this is definitely winnable for Paradise. They could win it right here.
Yeah, it certainly is. You get the nano onto Brick Wall as well for that barrage. This could be devastating. Jab Gamer does have this photon barrier, though, so if they get it up at the right moment, they may be able to stop a lot of the damage coming in. Wall comes out as well from Korea. It's able to catch off a couple of members of Paradise Aegis. Here's the sound barrier, though, from Don Super, and there's the barrage. Jab Gamer able to take Brick Wall out of the fight, though. Primal committed as well, and it's Goob Dude who's actually turned it up with a kill here. Self-destruct comes in from Panda Bear, and it's able to catch out Average Size. So, no more duplicate out. That is terrible for Paradise Aegis because they were right there at it. The res does come in, though, so they are going to be able to get the duplicate online, though. They're going to have to do it fast. Brickwall is able to catch a couple on this Bracer, so Paradise Aegis really coming back in this fight, and they are going to take it from the brink of defeat.
Yeah. It looks like they're done. You know, I doubted them at the beginning of the fight, but hey, they obviously heard me and proved me wrong right there. You know, they didn't get much with the barrage, but, you know, Goob Dude and Average Size able to turn it around.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that barrage could have depleted a lot of the resources that really let the rest of the team pop off there. So I'm sure that barrage did have some effect. Average Size now looking for a little bit of chip damage. This duplicate definitely burning a hole in their pocket right now. I imagine we're going to see them duplicate either that Diva or the Reinhardt as they start to push in and contest this point. Here comes the Blizzard as well. And yep, duplicate comes out onto the Reinhardt, but they have to charge out of it to get away from that Blizzard that came out from Korea. And now the counter aggression can start. The shatter is in, but the duplicate goes away. Yikes is able to get two, though, with his shatter. Hidden Ninja goes down low, but they're able to get healed back up from Capanemo. Once again, though, it looks as though Paradise Aegis is going to come up with the win here on this point as soon as they get the rest of these staggers out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, something I will say, Korea able to get Brickwall in the very beginning of that fight, but somehow they're able to turn it around.
Yeah, Don Super almost got staggered there, but they're able to get back to their team. Dr. Brennan not quite as lucky, though, and they just now respawn. Tempest Typhoon, they've got their work cut out for them because now we are in, once again, last fight territory, but Tempest Typhoon definitely has a better ult bank.
Yeah, and you know, something we're really going to see here, Cardi, 68%. If this fight lasts long enough, we could see a massive grab at the end of this, and that could really be instrumental.
Yeah, it sure could, but Hidden Ninja's out of the fight. Their main healer is down. Capanemo removed too. So Tempest Typhoon going to be able to flip this point back over in their favor in short order. Paradise Aegis going to have to try and come up with some way to get back to the point and contest this before it's too late as overtime starts to tick over. I don't think anybody's going to touch, and that's going to do it. Tempest Typhoon comes up with the win on Lijiang Tower.
You know, they fell short on the second round, but I mean, after third round was instrumental. Jab Gamer just going off on the sim.
Yeah, they really were. I think Jab Gamer really doing a tremendous amount of work right now for Tempest Typhoon. They were the difference maker in so many of these fights. I mean, the flank that they had on Control Center, this play of the game here, just removing so many people with that photon projector. They really need to come. Paradise Aegis really needs to come up with an answer for Jab Gamer.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it'll be interesting to see, how Paradise, their comp. They tried to run the far a little bit. And I would love to see that more. I would love to see Goobdoo go back on that Winston and try and run a Winston into this. There's not going to get as much value with those turrets, and if you get the far in the mix, Jab's not going to be able to do anything against that, unless he's nutty with the right clicks. I mean, maybe he is. He definitely could be.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. From what we've seen so far, I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, yeah.
But we are going to be headed to a new map now. And I believe, if I remember correctly, yes, we are going to Dorado next. So, like you were saying, if Paradise Aegis comes back out on this Winston, this could be a very, very good map up for them. So much high ground to work with.
Oh, yeah, and Sim definitely might not be the best pick here. So,
yeah,
we're gonna see. Maybe not maybe. Definitely a complete. Okay, well, not definitely either, but a complete like whole hero comp change. We're gonna see. I mean, maybe some meta stuff. Obviously, not perfectly meta. We're not all as good as the pros. Although, I mean,
yeah, for sure.
More.
Well, tell you what, why don't we just throw it to a break really quick, because it looks like one player needs to restart their computer as well. So we are going to be a few minutes. So we will see you back here in just a few. Stick around. Hello, everybody, and we are back. Computers have been restarted, players are back in the lobby, and we're about 30 seconds to getting into Dorado.
It wasn't lemon pepper. I'm very sad. I was hoping.
Oh yeah, the DC, that's right. No, it wasn't lemon pepper this time. It was yikes, as a matter of fact. But they are back in it. They should be good to go. And I'm excited to see what Dorado brings. I really anticipate we're going to see a lot of double bubble from Paradise Aegis coming through here. It's just such a strong choice on this map.
Oh yeah, there's so much high ground to utilize. This double bubble really could work wonders for them if they choose to run it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna, one big thing though is we need to see Hidden Ninja. I think staying alive just a little bit more. They were picked off several times in that last map, and a crucial part of double bubble is building up that nano, right, for the Winston to help them get that primal. So they're definitely going to need to find a way to stay alive a little bit better this time around.
Oh yeah, absolutely going to be instrumental to winning this map, definitely. And Brickwall was kind of popping off last map. I would love to see Brickwall just take control of this right here, right now, and bring Paradise Aegis their first map in Hyperion Cup.
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon definitely going to have to consider Brickwall not just another brick in the wall, because they are certainly talented. Ooh, coming out on the Widow initially. That's going to be interesting if this stays. Could be looking just for an early pick, or maybe to just scout a little bit and then go back to someone else. I imagine that's probably what we're going to see here, given the rest of the composition that it looks like Paradise Aegis wants to roll out with.
Oh yeah, and I learned my lesson. I'm not going to talk about team comps quite yet. I still got 20 seconds. I mean, I guess we can talk about the defending side right now. I see
absolutely.
This Farah by Korea, and that's going to be very cool to see, especially on defense.
Yeah, I think the double shield look is very good here. They're probably going to want to swap to something with a little bit more high ground control for second point if Paradise Aegis pushes it that far. But I think this is a good look to roll out with. Gates are opening up now, and yeah, looks like a brick wall might actually be staying on that Widow. That's going to cause a lot of problems for Korea in the sky. They're going to have to do a lot of work to stay alive here, as already we see a couple shots just barely missing their mark from brick wall. Goob Dude jumps up to the high ground, starting to put a little pressure there, try and gain a little space for Paradise Aegis to move in, but having a hard time because these rockets coming in from Korea just doing a tremendous amount of work. But Korea goes down very low, presumably to a body shot or something from brick wall there.
Yeah, and this rotation by Tempest, very quick, able to pick off some players from Paradise during the rotation. And I'm loving this look from this double shield. And you're having the Farah flank. This is set up for success right here. This choke.
Yeah, it certainly is. Tempest Typhoon definitely where they want to be at the moment. Brickwall trying to find an off angle to get a pick. Unable to find anything, though. Goop Dude and Hidden Ninja, though, really lagging behind right now in the ult department. They're going to have to do a lot to build up what they need to. Goop Dude removed from the fight, but Jab Gamer is exchanged as well. So no Hanzo, no Winston to be found for either team, but a res could come through for either of them if they so desire. And in fact, it looks like that's exactly what happens to Goop Dude. Jab Gamer not quite so lucky.
Yeah. Whoa! Brickwall with the shot on the Korea. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, that's going to allow Paradise Aegis to really start moving this point forward. And Immortality Field already used as well by Dr. Brennan. Yikes, removed from the fight once again by Brickwall. This Widow pick really doing a lot of work here. Stun comes in though to brick wall. They go down low and are eventually removed from the fight, but the res is going to come in. The barrage gets left though from Korea, and Paradise Aegis primed to cap this point now.
Oh yeah, they're doing everything they need to do. And Goob Dude's still gonna be, oh, okay, he is going to use his ult. I was about to say he was about to be able to hold his ult on the next point, but I got baited again, so I mean, I guess I can't do that.
Well, I mean, Goop Dude might very well want that ult back, because right now all they have pushing into this is that self-destruct from Cardi, and that's not really a game-changer ult.
Yeah, although you're looking at the other side of Tempest, no one is over 20%. Dr. Brennan just reached 20%. So I think he's definitely going to have a lot of time. And Jab, gonna go onto off the far onto the Kree. This is going to be interesting to see how the monkey comp goes into the brawl.
Yeah, that stun from the Cowboy can be very, very powerful. And Goob Dude doesn't have a tremendous amount of health either. You know, it's not like a Wrecking Ball where you can go in and proc like a, 500 shields or something to, potentially deal with a flashbang or something coming out from the Cowboy. But that's, yeah, it's just gonna make things harder for Goob Dude. Already, we see him use the shield, decides to dive onto the high ground. Looks like a pretty hard dive as well. They're getting a little bit of work done there. Jab Gamer goes down, though, and Goob Dude, yeah, able to remove Dr. Brennan from the fight. So without those heals, this is gonna be really tough for Tempest Typhoon.
Oh yeah, Goob Dude doing his job, taking 2 or 3 early in the fight. And Korea and Jab, they got the freeze stun combo going, but the heals from Captain Nemo and Hidden Ninja able to keep Goob Dude alive throughout the fight, and he went off.
Yeah, he certainly did. Looking into this next fight, Paradise Aegis in a dominant position. Self-destruct comes out from Cardi. Here comes the Valkyrie as well. Tempest Typhoon really gonna have a hard time contesting this, but Goob Dude goes down very low. Pulse Bomb eaten by Panda Bear as well. Anti-Nade comes in though and hits several members of of Tempest Typhoon, but they're able to kind of weather the storm and in fact pick up a pick onto Hidden Ninja.
Oh yeah, Panda Bear with a great eat early in the fight. And I think if Tempest 4 ults, almost 6 actually, they could really have a strong hold here.
Yeah, they certainly could. The self-destruct could absolutely clear the cart, and give time for someone like Yikes to, build up this Earth Shatter as well. Panda Bear making sure that the high ground is contested and under control of Tempest Typhoon. Jab Gamer, though, forced to drop onto the low ground, though, as they take a little bit of a shot, probably from Brick Wall. Average Size finds Dr. Brennan, though, so no amplification matrix now. Jab Gamer removed from the fight, too, from a nice body shot from Brick Wall. Here's the self-destruct and the Blizzard coming in, but self-destruct doesn't find anything, and in fact, Tempest Typhoon crumbling under the pressure that Paradise Aegis is bringing.
Oh yeah, Brick Wall and Average Size going off last fight. And Goob Dude, Brick Wall, Average Size, all are gonna have ults into this. So will Dr. Brennan, Don Super, and Jab Gamer. So this next fight definitely could determine who takes this map right here.
Yeah, it certainly could. Both teams coming in with a good amount of ults as well. Average Size has already built up that Pulse Bomb again, so despite it getting eaten, they're going to have another opportunity for it here. And in fact, they're already towards the front line of Tempest Typhoon. They're going to have to try and find a different way around, though, because you definitely don't want to run into this head first. They're looking, they're waiting. Here comes Goob Dude. Goob Dude actually removed from the fight by Jab Gamer. There's the Pulse Bomb. The stick connects Jab Gamer out of the fight as well. So picks onto both sides. The res does come in, though, for Goob Dude. So they're back with their Winston, with their main tank. Panda Bear now pressuring out Brick Wall, trying to keep them from finding heads. But they're able to find another spot to set up on. But it's Dr. Brennan who removes them from the fight. And now, Tempest Typhoon is going to be able to hold.
Oh yeah, Tempest. I don't know if well, Paradise, I guess, on the other hand, Paradise. I don't know if the Winston comp is gonna be necessarily the best to go into this brawl.
Yeah.
Third point, Andrado, very hard to take on the dive comp, and they swap.
Yeah,
So-
they do decide to swap over to the brawl, and that makes a lot of sense on this third point. It's really hard to push into with dive.
Oh yeah. So Goob Dude on the Reinhardt now. Brick Wall also off the Widow and onto the Creed. Definitely gonna see how much this work these two can put in.
Yeah, an interesting rotation coming in from Paradise Aegis. They want to hit the backside of Tempest Typhoon, but already Brick Wall removed from the fight. Here comes the Nano onto Goob Dude. The Shatter, though, from Yikes connects with Goob Dude. They go down very low and removed from the fight after the freeze as well. Tempest Typhoon doing an excellent job holding on here, but Yikes is eventually removed. It's not going to be enough, though, as the picks are still coming in favor of Tempest Typhoon. They're getting such a fantastic hold here. There's only about 30 seconds left on the clock, too, for Paradise Aegis to do something.
Tempest, the ult economy by Tempest is absolutely crazy. They only used Shatter, and they still have almost 4 ults if you count Dr. Brennan, who's about to have his field up. This into the last fight, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything quite yet, but this defense gotta be over.
Yeah, this defense is going to be very, very hard to push into. Self-destruct comes in. It's going to find 2!
Huge!
Paradise Aegis on their last legs now as 3 members make that 4 down from the fight. 5, it's just the Reaper on point, and that's going to do it. Tempest Typhoon with an excellent hold here on 3rd point of Dorado.
You know, Tempest pressed Q.
Yeah.
Panda Bear, absolutely same barrage, able to get the ammo out and a double kill. Yikes with a huge shatter as well, and really not much you can do if you're Paradise Aegis in that. They didn't have many ults of their own, so you know we're gonna have to see how well they can defend now.
Yeah, exactly. And this isn't undoable either. You know, 3rd point of any payload map, very hard to cap. And so this is a very defensible position, I think, for Paradise Aegis. Entirely doable, entirely within their realm to hold here, especially considering how close we've seen both teams play so far.
Oh yeah, the competition has been very even, I would say. So you know, I feel like either team at this point are major contenders for this map pick.
Yeah, I think they are. Paradise Aegis copying suit from what we saw from Tempest Typhoon as well, going for that double shield look on defense. Average size coming out with the Torb though. I like this.
I mean, I like it too. Who doesn't want to see a hammer kill?
Right?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe even 2? Can I get 2 average size, please?
If we're lucky. Come on, average size. Give us a big sized Torb kill here, hammer kill. Both teams set up now, ready to get this thing started. High ground fully under Paradise Aegis control. But we're gonna see for how long as Tempest Typhoon coming out with the double bubble. But with the Symmetra too, this is an unusual look. I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, definitely interesting. And we see jab onto the Kree. Now I think that's why they went Sim, so they could get jab onto the high ground, which is actually incredibly smart. I didn't even think about that. So they're gonna have a lot easier time getting to this high ground that Paradise Aegis currently owns.
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon, rather Panda Bear, already getting about a quarter of the way to his ultimate. But Goop Dude halfway to theirs, and that supercharger can really be a fight changer. Such a powerful ultimate ability from Orisa. Cart getting a little bit of progress. Dynamite thrown in to try and chase out Kriya. They eventually decide to move back. And Paradise Aegis get 2 picks. 2 crucial members, actually, of that double bubble composition removed from the fight.
Oh yeah, average size. Proving that he, well, although he might say it, he is not average. This Tor pick, very big. And you know, Brickwall also putting the work. Those dynamites are coming in huge because when they first TP'd, they were all together. And so that dynamite was able to go to town on them. And I think that's one of the main reasons they won the fight. They were diving in when they were half health. And in this next fight, I really want to see how Panda Bear approaches this comp. I want to see who he dives. Because, you know, he's running into double shield, so it's going to have to be perfect here. He's going to be playing it into a lot of damage. And just with this bubble already being used, that's going to be
a
lot of time wasted.
Both bubbles being used, actually. That's tremendous. They're going to go in anyway with the nano. They're hoping to get this Primal Rage online before their health disappears, and they're just barely able to do it. Average size removed from the fight. Here comes a Bob from Brickwall. It's able to get a pick already onto Kriya. So, 2 members of Tempest Typhoon down, and that's going to be another fight win for Paradise Aegis.
You know, Brickwall picked up 4. I don't know what much there is to say. He kind of went off. It was an insane Bob. You know, Panda Bear, I mean, they had a great dive. They were able to use the nano and the primal. However, it's looking like they're going to switch it up, and I think this could be for the better.
Interesting. Yeah, they're having such a hard time pushing into this, and there really isn't that much high ground to speak of on the second half of first point. So that does make it a lot harder for the double bubbles composition to get value. Long rotation coming in from Tempest Typhoon as well.
Yeah, now it's going to be interesting. Now, obviously they have Rally, and they're going to use it now. It's going to be interesting to see how long they can last without a main support. And this Sigma ult, oh, massive.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. Gets Jab Gamer out of the fight early. Panda Bear falls shortly thereafter, and despite all those extra shields that Dr. Brennan gave everybody on Tempest Typhoon, this fight handily in favor, once again, of Paradise Aegis. We're down to a minute right now. Tempest Typhoon has only gotten it past the first choke point.
Oh, yeah, you know, however, we do see, yikes, he has this grab, and you know, who can stop it? Cardi, I guess, if he somehow manages to eat it. But when you're playing double shield, you're all clumped up together. So you know, this grab could be absolutely massive here. So I wouldn't count them out quite yet.
That's a good point. They should still be in this. Here comes the grab. It's able to catch 2. But stun comes in. They're not able to get any kills on it because the immortality field was there from Hidden Ninja. Panda Bear, Jab Gamer, though, finally able to find a couple of picks. Cart getting pushed eventually, and now this brawl composition really starting to come online. The res does come in, though, onto Cardi, but Cavanima removed from the fight, and that's not good because they had that Valkyrie. Tempest Typhoon, almost at the last moment possible, gonna eventually be able to cap this first point of Dorado.
Yeah, Tempest able to do it. They were able to get close enough to this double shield, and they were able, Panda Bear was able to start swinging. Jab Gamer able to get a couple headshots. Absolutely instrumental in playing that team fight. But you know, the ult economy for Paradise looking massive, and also the Paradise. I didn't even see it. The ult economy for Tempest.
Yeah.
This next fight, there's gonna be a lot of Qs.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fireworks coming out on this one. Paradise Aegis setting up fairly far back, though, on this high ground. Goobdu's starting to move forward, but Jab finds a body shot onto brick wall, so no Bob. Oh, the res does come in, though, so Paradise Aegis back to full strength now. Tempest doesn't have that kind of benefit. Here comes the supercharger, average size, with the multi-core, able to find out Kriya. Jab Gamer looses the Dragon Strike onto that high ground, straight through that bunker of Paradise Aegis, but nobody is gonna fall. And in fact, Paradise Aegis coming up with the hold again.
Oh yeah, Paradise, and they only had to use 2 ults. The Bongo and the Torbolt. So you know, they still have 4 ults into the 5 ults of Tempest. Although Tempest does have, oh no, they don't. I thought they had Dragon Strike. Oh, maybe they don't. Okay, never mind.
They used Dragon Strike middle of last fight, yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, because that would have been great to have with the grab, right?
That May wall, I was actually literally just about to say, they May wall, and now they have a perfect rotation. Now they're right under him. That was beautiful by Kriya.
That really, really was. Immortality field out. Sound barrier thrown on as well, but despite all of that, Panda Bear still removed from the fight. Here comes the blizzard now from Kriya. But Goobdu pops that fortify. They're going to be able to continue shooting and continue getting work done. Hidden Ninja falls, though. So without that, oh, never mind. The res does come in. They're back to 6. Jab Gamer gonna have to try and find another head, but that's been his specialty today. Brick wall, gonna have to be very, very careful. Cardi does fall, though. Jab Gamer removed because of the dynamite from brick wall, so trades on either side. But Cart looking a little bit better for Tempest Typhoon, especially now that average size and Capanemo are removed from the fight. Tempest Typhoon, they are gonna be able to get through this next point.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. Brick wall looking to be the only one left, but eventually he is gonna go down. But you know what's interesting? Oh, okay, and Goobdude, I was about to say, Paradise, I hope will swap off to this Orisa. And I think that, that's eventually what they will do. So, you know, Panda Bear, 50% ahead of Goobdude. It's going to be interesting to see if he can protect this Shatter, which hopefully will come up potentially in this next fight.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. This Shatter could be the difference maker, although Cardi does also have this Gravitic Flux coming online, and that just deals so much damage. Jab Gamer, though, gets an early pick onto average size. Here comes the Gravitic Flux to try and equalize. They need to do it now. Dragon Strike comes in as well. It's finding some value. And in fact, it takes out Kappa Nemo. Amplification Matrix out now. Picks on both sides with a minute left to go. Paradise Aegis looks like they might just barely hold, but Kriya and Panda Bear find a little bit of value. This card is next to the victory box at this point. Tempest Typhoon doesn't want to let this go, though. They're getting so close, but they do eventually have to back out with 30 seconds left. They've got one fight to make the magic happen.
Jab here, man goes off. He finds 2 headshots in the beginning of this fight, but somehow Paradise pulls it back. Cardi with an absolutely amazing Gravitic Flux. You know, Kriya, they have this May ult, though. Could be huge. Cardi. Oh, Cardi just stopped off the thing. Okay, never mind. No stay ult.
Oh, here comes that blizzard already. Goobdu tries for the shatter. He's able to get Kriya on the ground. Dexter Brennan falls as well. There's picks on both sides. Sound barrier committed from Don Super. Panda Bear removed. Brick Wall taken out of the fight too right after their Deadeye. The grab comes in and it is big from Yikes. Can they capitalize it? Can they get the kills that they need to turn this over finally to them? Are they going to be able to cap this point? It's so close, but Paradise Aegis has the spawn advantage. They need to stay alive. The Immortality Field out now for Paradise Aegis. Here comes the Amplification Matrix now. Tempest Typhoon going to be able to push in a lot harder, but they have to keep somebody touching the cart this entire time. Dr. Brennan removed from the fight again. Panda Bear on the Wrecking Ball slams on the point to try and get something, but 2 picks already for Paradise Aegis. And with that Death Blossom online from Average Size, that's gonna do it. Paradise Aegis brings us to 1-1.
Man, we really do have a match. Our first control point win 1-1, and now the actual match is 1-1.
Yes.
Let's go. We love to see this as casters.
Yes, we do. This is gonna be a fantastic match. Can't wait to see the rest of it. Both teams really playing to the height of their ability, and excited, you know, not only for this match, but the rest of them as well. Paradise Aegis and Tempest Typhoon are looking this good. It's going to be hard for a lot of the other teams, mine included.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were part of this. Wait,
Yep.
You're on Lux Nova, correct?
Lux Nova, exactly, yeah. Yeah, we took a hard 3-0 loss last night to Danger Close Red. They played out of their minds good, and yeah, we just didn't have an answer for what they had.
Well, next match, I'm sure, unless you're playing one of these two teams.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody in this tournament looks to be pretty tough, so I'm excited to see how it goes. But we are going to take a short break right now. We will be back relatively soon, though, so stick around. Oh, actually, no, we're going to take a little bit of an extended break. We're going to go to halftime, as a matter of fact. So now is the perfect time to use the restroom, get a drink, make some food, pet your dog, all that good stuff. So, see you back here in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the matchup. We have the second game of the Hyperion Cup happening right now. We're in the thick of it. The teams are at 1-1. Tempest, Typhoon, unable to hold back Paradise Aegis on Dorado, so they were able to even the series up. And next, we are going to be headed to Eichenwald. What do you think we might see from each team coming out here, the King?
You know, we've seen each team run the Winston comp, and especially on second point, with that high ground, I definitely think we'll see a Winston comp. And first point, I mean, Brawl is definitely dominant for there. Yeah. And you know, especially I have to comment Brickwall on the Ash. For second point, Eichenwald for defense. Could be kind of huge. And you know,
that's a good point.
Jab, I believe we've seen Run the Far earlier. Also could be huge. There could be so many good plays here. And you know, Yikes and Goobdoo both have been performing on the Reinhardt. And on the Winston, actually. We saw Goobdoo play a lot of Winston last map. So we can see a lot of good things from these two teams.
Yeah, we absolutely can. You know, that I love the duels that are happening right now between Jab and Brickwall. They have been very, very exciting. I remember that one on the high ground of Dorado, second point, just over that bridge. A few duels happened right there between the two of them. They were fantastic. So, yeah, especially if, you know, we see if we see Jab Gamer go over to that far up, Brickwall could have their number once again with the Widowmaker.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting. Now, obviously, I won't say anything quite yet. I have been debating before. I will not fall for that. But bash it! No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Paradise Aegis, yeah, we'll see what they decide to come out with on attack here. But on defense, like you said, I imagine we're just going to see a standard Brawl composition come out. But we aren't actually into the point where we can even get this match started at the moment. It looks like we are still waiting for players according to the match. So unsure, exactly how that's going to get sorted out, but I'm sure it will in time.
You know, Lemon Pepper was just slow PC. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. I like this. Paradise Aegis is now just like rolling out during this not fight to point.
I'm back in point one. Where's the defense?
I wonder. There we go.
There we go. There's the defense.
Now the match is getting started. Eichenwald. Eichenwald is a great map. I like it because it gives you three different looks that you can come out with. Or really maybe two. I mean, first point, third point, really Brawl centric, but you know, this tower in the middle makes for a lot of interesting play with an Echo or a Pharah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So many off angles to take to get around an enemy hit scan. Jab on the Symmetra again.
Wow.
You know, Jab kind of went off first map in their winner. I could totally see it happening again here.
You know, setting up a few turrets right underneath that bridge or right behind that first bridge at choke can gain you a lot of ult charge early on. So I think this makes some sense. Jab Gamer really, really powerful on this Symmetra and definitely, you know, carry potential again.
Oh yeah, you know, we see average size on the Echo, so it'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to get around and take out those turrets. And no hit scan on the side of Tempest. They could do a lot of damage from behind.
Yeah, they certainly could. Paradise Aegis coming out with a double bubble once again. Definitely looks like one of their favorite compositions to run. Goobdoo getting set up, regaining a little bit of health before they jump in for a dive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fire strike in.
Huge anti.
Yeah, that was.
Ninja. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do anything about that, but they will gain a little space off of that.
Yeah, turrets getting taken care of now by Paradise Aegis as they start to move towards point and rotate around this building. Looks like Tempest Typhoon just going to go ahead and kind of give them some of this space as well. But it's still going to be tough for Paradise Aegis to move in. Goobdoo priming himself to jump in or to get something started here, but just unable to really get situated with his team. They took a little bit too long, and because of this, Tempest Typhoon really able to capitalize on their indecision, but pick does come in onto Jab Gamer, so Tempest Typhoon without their carry at the moment.
Yeah, you know what was interesting? We actually saw Paradise have to go on the defensive there as Tempest kind of took the lead in that fight, but you know, they were able to get the res, they were able to take out Jab Gamer, and I think everyone's back to 6.
Yeah, and now the fight is really starting on point. Bob is committed. Goob Dude is in on point. Lots of damage going into Tempest Typhoon, but once again, it's Jab Gamer with this photon projector, just melting members of Paradise Aegis.
Oh yeah, and that wall was huge too. Completely nullified the value from the Bob, as the Bob was just shooting the shield, and able to take out both tanks. That is a solid fight out of Jab Gamer. That is what you want to see. And Korea about to get this ultimate for this next fight. Goob Dude, and as immediately as he jumps in, like, he's not gonna be able to do anything. He's gonna immediately get frozen here.
Yeah, he is. The duplication, though, is online, so we might see that come over to the D.Va, and that could help clear things out or stall things if a blizzard does come out. They're looking to get a little bit of an off angle now. Paradise Aegis setting up. Here comes the blizzard. It's going to be able to freeze average size right after that duplication. Goob Dude going down very low. Are they going to be able to survive? They are. Average size goes very low once again, but they are on that duplicated D.Va, so it's not that big of a deal. Shatter does come in, lays down a few members of Paradise Aegis, but they pop right back up. That is everybody except for Jab Gamer, who got crushed by a mech recall. Here comes another self-destruct. Doesn't find anybody. Goob Dude pops the primal, but he is frozen at the moment. And Tempest Typhoon holding on strong here, although Panda does just get demeched.
Yeah, and you know, average size able to get a remake kill. Kind of clutch. You know, we love to see remake kills. However, you know, Goob Dude on the Rhine now, you know, okay, that was a massive sound barrier. Yikes gets slept, but he's able to live through that. Korea with another massive, he's able to get, that was second in the fight.
That is insane. That was their second blizzard. I can't believe that. Tempest Typhoon just looking untouchable here. Paradise Aegis may have Brick Wall on the team, but all of Tempest Typhoon is playing like one right now.
Oh yeah, and you know, Paradise gonna swap from the Winston comp to the Brawl comp. I think this will be able to switch things up, but I think it's a little too late. Yikes has the Shadow. Jab Gamer has this wall. I mean, we're only looking at a Deadeye and a Nano.
The nade. Oh my gosh, the nade catches 4. Shatter comes in from Yikes as well. They're able to get someone down, but Paradise Aegis finally finding their footing on this final attack. They're going to be able to push in. They've got a 3-man advantage right now. That is almost unstoppable. We'll have to see if that teleporter from Jab Gamer really makes this contest a lot easier for Tempest Typhoon. But despite that, they are still dropping like flies, and Paradise Aegis going to take this first point.
Man, Tempest, I'm sorry. Catch the curse is real. You know, man, it's been happening all night, hasn't it? But you know,
it does.
Next point, it's going to be interesting. Tempest is going to have a distinct advantage here as they're able to hold on this high ground, and they're able to get around quickly with this sim teleporter. So it's going to be interesting to see how Paradise is going to try and break through this.
Yeah, that it is. This is going to be really, really tough for them. You know, having high ground control here on this second point of Icon Wall, just very, very tough to dislodge. Brick Wall right now just getting a little bit of damage, but now members of Tempest Typhoon drop. Yikes goes down very low. Brick Wall fans the hammer a couple of times. Immortality Field removed as well now. Goob Dude goes down low, but they're actually they are removed from the fight. Jab Gamer and Panda Bear doing tremendous work once again from Tempest Typhoon. They're going to be able to hold here, I think, although Jab Gamer was removed from the fight, so that is a small opening for Paradise Aegis, but they are just deciding to back out.
You know, something I would love to see from Paradise is to take a back alleyway around far left and go up these stairs so they're able to take this high ground and then turn around and get Tempest from behind. Although, Tempest has dropped down, so I don't know if it's necessary anymore.
Goob Dude comes in with a huge shatter, though, and the D.Va bomb from Cardi gets tremendous value, so Paradise Aegis on the roll again. Cardi just barreling through Panda Bear.
You know, Panda Bear got a massive D.Va bomb last map, and Cardi right there, able to say, hey, you can get a massive D.Va bomb, so can I. Able to get 4 there. Insane.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous value from that Blizzard, from the Shatter, from the bomb. And Paradise Aegis still has 2 ults to work with for this next fight, which is going to happen here right at the end. Amplification Matrix committed by Hidden Ninja. Here comes the Immortality Field as well. Beat layered in from Tempest Typhoon, so they're going to be able to really push hard on this attack, and in fact find two. Kree is removed from the fight, so Tempest Typhoon only up by 1 at the moment, but they are pushing hard. The Kree likely to go down here in just a moment. Yeah, they just decided to jump off the map.
Oh yeah, jab, able to get that photon beam, max charge, able to just go through the tanks from Paradise. It's gonna be interesting to see how they touch. They have Lucio there.
Can they touch? Self-destruct comes in. Here's the charge. Oh, it just barely misses Lucio and Reaper. That was so close. Charge comes in once again from Yikes. Immortality field committed by them. Averaged already removed from the fight. And with this amplification matrix, it's going to be really hard for them to get anything else done. Rickwall doesn't find anything with the Deadeye. And now Tempest Typhoon going to hold right here at the gates to third point.
Oh yeah, Tempest coming through on second point. And you know, Paradise, you're gonna have to get a very solid defense on first point if you're gonna want to hold this. Second point, usually you don't get stopped there, right? So you know you're gonna want to bring him at least 1 minute left in the time bank, or else you're gonna need insane defense on second point.
Yeah, they really are going to. They're going to need an insane defense somewhere, right? Whether it's first or second, it's gotta happen. And I'm sure that they would much rather have it happen on first because, yeah, Streets phase just in general tends to go by very quickly. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues though at the moment. So we're going to see if we can get those sorted out quickly. But in the meantime, something that I wanted to talk about was the fact that these two teams, they have actually played against each other before this tournament. They played against each other in GGNA. And in fact, Paradise Aegis was able to take that in a 3-0. So Tempest Typhoon has to be feeling fantastic right now to at least be 1-1 and to have come out with a great hold on second point there.
Oh yeah, they are primed to take this map as well. So I gotta imagine the mental state of this team is through the roof.
Yeah.
And you know, they've shown that they can come toe-to-toe with this team. I think play so far has been extremely even. So it's going to be really good to see how Paradise defends this. And they've got the Torb again. The Torb was really good last map. It's going to be really good to see how they defend this brawl from Tempest Typhoon.
It certainly will. Engagement kind of starting already. Kriya uses that Maywall to allow Tempest Typhoon to kind of rotate around the side. But Yikes' shield is already down and out. Immortality field has to be committed very, very early. Just an insane amount of damage coming in from Paradise Aegis right now. And Tempest Typhoon gonna have to try something different. They decide to see if maybe rotating around the other way there will be a little less danger. But Dr. Brennan has their hands full right now trying to heal up everybody. And Yikes just can't catch a break with his shield. Stun comes in as well to Dr. Brennan. Brick Wall already finds Yikes, and now Tempest Typhoon just gonna have to back away.
Oh yeah. Although Jabby Gamer with 2? Jabby Gamer with 3? Oh, I've actually taken out. Man, that would've been crazy. But you know, I really like this Zen pick coming out from Paradise. You know, they're able to do a lot of damage, but that Discord Orb is just able to land just that extra amount of damage. If he's able to get it onto the Reinhardt just gets melted.
Absolutely, and as a main tank main, I know those feels. It is not pleasant. You get that Discord on you, you're just deleted. Yikes now, doing a lot of work onto Brick Wall, but Bob is able to take Jab Gamer out, so it is 5v5 right now. Shield goes down very low for Yikes. Party now trying to stop them from pushing in, but they're not going to be able to. Shatter is big from Yikes.
Shatter.
2 people removed from the fight instantaneously. Cardi is down, and that's not good because they have the Gravitic Flux. Tempest Typhoon looks like they are going to take this point very, very soon as the rest of Paradise Aegis falls.
Oh yeah, and you know, Tempest, they had to use a lot of ults, but they're still going to have this May ult, which is absolutely massive. Now, on the other hand, you have to look at the tank ults on the other side. You're going to have the Bongo and the Gravitic Flux. Now, those combo together, man, you get 2 or 3, they're both going to die. Unless there's a huge clutch ammo by Dr. Brennan. So this is going to be interesting to see how these ults play out and in what order.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're going to also have to try and bait out the sound barrier from Don Super. That's, can really give a lot of staying power to Tempest Typhoon as well. Wall comes out to try and keep Goob Dude from layering in the damage. Tempest Typhoon on the prowl now down below. Kriya has built up this blizzard as well. Ooh, and now the what a great teleporter. Cardi gets pushed out very, very hard. Average size forced to use the multi-core to just keep them away, to just keep them alive. Tempest Typhoon continuing to push this card out. Here comes the Gravitic Flux, and it is able to get a couple, but there's that sound barrier. They weren't able to bait it out, so nobody falls to it. But people are very low. Jab Gamer now on Cardi, and that is not a fight that Cardi is gonna win, as they soon found out. But yikes, able to remove Goob Dude from the fight. And, Goob Dude able to remove Yikes from the fight. Jab Gamer down as well, so Paradise Aegis holds.
Hidden Ninja on the Zen, able to pick out 2. And you know, although Jab Gamer able to set up a huge teleporter, a beautiful Molten Core by average size to just negate the value, and as well as the value of the male, able to just put it in between himself and the other team, and just Paradise able to back out successfully. And you know, this next fight, we're looking at Brick Wall, Cap, and Hidden Ninja. Although, on the other side, you will have the Wall by Jab, Bap, and then both Tankle, so this can be really interesting.
Yeah, it sure will. Panda Bear could definitely open things up, especially now that the Transcendence has been used by Hidden Ninja. Looks like that was maybe popped a little bit too early. Dr. Brennan goes down as well right after using that Amplification Matrix, but there is a Photonic Barrier out. Shatter comes in, doesn't catch anybody. Cardi gets an exit pick onto Kriya, and once again, Paradise Aegis holds well.
Oh my gosh, huge backfield by Cap. The amount of damage that went through there into Tempest was absolutely absurd. They just melted everyone on that bridge right there. And you know, however, I did like that rotation. I would love to see Tempest keep going through Castle. However, I wouldn't necessarily want to see come up to bridge. Maybe they come around bridge and they take control of cart and then slowly start pushing it. Because then you make the defense sort of become the offense and then have to push into Tempest right there. Exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, a nice call right there. Here comes the supercharger from Goob. Self-destruct comes in from Panda, and it is beautifully tossed. Finds Hidden Ninja. Kappa Nemo down very, very low as well. So Paradise Aegis really having a hard time here. In fact, Tempest Typhoon able to get 3 picks. Dr. Brennan is out of the fight, but I don't think that's going to matter as Goob Dude falls. And now this is the last moment that Paradise Aegis has to try and defend this. Brick Wall going to get staggered. That is bad news for Paradise Aegis. Goob Dude already swaps over to the ball for the last minute recontest. Hidden Ninja removed from the fight too, so these staggers really not doing the work that they need to do. Oh my gosh, and what a boot from Don Super onto Cardi, who had just used their boosters to get the point.
Oh yeah, and this ball already low. Huge mail by Kriya. I think this is almost over. You've got the sound barrier from Don Super. I don't see how Paradise Aegis can do this. Huge shatter as well onto Cardi.
Yeah, Shatter comes in and knocks them down, and that is gonna do it. Tempest Typhoon goes up 2-1.
Oh yeah. After losing 3-0 to these guys, to Paradise Aegis back in GGNA, they are obviously have a grudge. And you know, Jab, you can see him play the game, keeping off on this Symmetra. His teleports, insane. So much value came out of them.
Yeah.
As well as beautiful photon barrier, which we are seeing currently.
Yeah, exactly. This photon projector is just sickening. Like how much damage it does. A lot of people don't realize it, but it's actually more damage than a fully charged Zarya beam. Which I mean makes sense. You know, she's a Sim is a DPS player. You would hope that that would be the case, but not always. So, as we head into our next match, now we see for the first time Paradise Aegis with their backs up against the wall.
Oh yeah, and you know, Brick Wall, we saw him on the Ashe, absolutely popping off, but not quite able to get the victory. Now, in this next match, we're going to have to see everyone. Goob Dude. Okay, Volskaya. You know, we're going to see a very solid defense here. Cardi able to get a massive bomb there. We're going to see more from him. Cap and Hidden. I mean, from what I've seen so far, Cap has been doing an excellent job. You know, I remember back on Lijiang, he got some insane boops on Lucio. Now, obviously, you're not necessarily getting as much boops on Volskaya, But hidden, we're gonna want to see some crazy BAP MOs, maybe some auto play from him too.
Yeah, exactly. We're definitely gonna have to see Paradise Aegis pop off here if they hope to stay in this game. And with Volskaya, though, there is the possibility of a draw, so they don't have to go for the win. I mean, I'm sure that's what they want, but there is still the potential to take this to a draw, depending on how the captures go.
That is true. That is true. I'm sure both team honestly would be fine with a draw at this point. Just be able to feel out the other team a little bit more. Now, although you will get a little tired by playing that, so I don't know if necessarily each team. I'm sure each team, the first pick obviously would be to win. I mean, who doesn't want to win? But I don't think either team would be necessarily that worried. And I mean, obviously, as casters, like, hey, one more map's another map.
Yeah, exactly. I've only cast one 6-game match so far in my casting career, and it was actually very early on. What's that?
We're going to 7 maps.
We're going to 7, yeah.
We're going to 7 maps.
Still haven't had the 7-map marathoner. But at some point, oh my gosh, I just heard from production. They had 8 once. I don't even know how that happens. That is ridiculous. But yeah, 2-1 the score right now. Tempest, Typhoon up, and they are looking very dominant. Like, to be perfectly honest, I think that while these teams do look close overall, and I mean the score line shows that Tempest, Typhoon just edging them out a little bit. But that last map looked a little bit more dominant than the previous one as well. So maybe Tempest Typhoon is starting to pick up some steam as well.
Oh yeah, the defense by Tempest, able to stop him on the second point of Icon. You definitely do not see that all too often. I'm definitely wondering to see how Paradise is able to break Tempest's defense this time around on Volskaya.
Yeah, me too. Double bubble actually can be run here on attack or defense too. So wouldn't be surprised once again to see that from Paradise Aegis, but they appear to be having some problems with it. So I don't know. Maybe that isn't the look that they're going to go for. Maybe, they've decided that their double bubble just can't match up to what Tempest Typhoon is bringing with their brawl or with their double shield.
Oh yeah, and Sim, they can just hole up in that mega room. And with those turrets around it can be extremely hard to take. So it'll be interesting to see how Tempest approaches this. I definitely would expect to see a Sim though, as Jeb has been kind of going off on that.
yeah, don't break or don't fix what ain't broke, right?
Oh yeah.
And Jab Gamer definitely is not broken right now, but he is breaking Paradise Aegis hopes of getting a win here. And once we see what the defense is going to be rolling out on, we'll have a much better idea of whether or not, Paradise Aegis has the tools in their tool belt to really deal with this kind of defense. And yep, just like we thought, Jab Gamer back on that Sim.
Oh yeah. Interesting, they're trying to run the... I remember back in Lijiang, they were trying to run the... Paradise was trying to run the Symmetra, although they swapped after one fight, so it'll be interesting to see how long it... how Advertise does in this, because we weren't able to see much out of him. I kind of like the Symmetra pick, to be honest. If you're able to get a big hack onto Yikes, you can pump in a lot of damage to him from Prick Wall and potentially take the first fight.
Yeah, that's a good point. You really could. And especially because, we are seeing a rush kind of brawl composition coming out as well from Paradise Aegis. They have that Lucio. They're going to be able to move in and move out very quickly to get to who they want to and to get away from damage if needed as well.
Oh, yeah. And right away, Jebier, they're not even setting up a Mega. They're going right into him.
Yeah, they are. They are just pushing straight in. They're trying to take out those Sim turrets as well. And now, Kriya leading the charge. Has to use the ice block almost immediately to stay alive, though. They go down very, very low. Tempest Typhoon crumbling under what Paradise Aegis is bringing at the moment. They're going to have to either equalize or try and stall this out, make this fight take long enough for them to get Kriya back in the fight. Although there is the Sim TP that's going to let them get back a lot quicker. Immortality Field, though, already has to be used by Tempest Typhoon. 2 ticks on the board as well for Paradise Aegis. They have to move in and try and contest this, or they're just going to leave it over without hardly anybody dying. It's so close. They finally touch at the last moment, but Jab Gamer and Yikes both deleted by Paradise Aegis. This is a new Paradise Aegis on this map. They're going to win first point, first fight.
Dude, already building the Primal. So much damage, so much cleave through the shield of Yikes. And Panda Bear on the Diva, not able to stop it with the defense matrix. Already has the primal, brick wall, cap, hidden ninja, all approaching ults. This could be a snowball right here. They could cap it right here, and that would be so massive for their mental state right now.
Yeah, it could be. They need to move quickly, though, because Tempest Typhoon is getting close to their ults as well. Dr. Brennan, she drops that amplification matrix as well. Fire Strike thrown through it from Yikes. Trying to get that shatter online. They're successfully able to burn off several seconds with that amplification matrix, but average size finds the edge of the map, but not the footing that they need to stay on. Brick Wall unable to find any value with that Death Blossom. The shield of Yikes just too much, but Panda Bear coming in huge once again with a self-destruct, and that's going to put a stop to Paradise Aegis.
Oh yeah, huge shatter comboed with the freeze, and then Panda Bear with the Diva ult just to finish it all off. However, that is 3 major ults used into that team fight. And you know, you still have the sound barrier, but you're going into an EMP that will be able to negate all of that, as well as a sound barrier by their own for Paradise, as well as a Diva Bomb. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how Paradise uses their ult and implements them into this next fight.
Don Super definitely going to have to be hiding somewhere to not get caught by this EMP. Average Size trying to find a hack on the side right now, decides not to go for the engagement at the moment. Hacks that mega health pack. That's going to make things really hard for Tempest Typhoon. I know I survive off that one quite a bit as Wrecking Ball. There's the EMP, it catches 5, but crucially, Don Super was able to get that sound barrier in, but they were removed by Cardi from a self-destruct. Yikes, goes down very, very low, but not low enough as Brick Wall removed from the fight. Staggers are going to favor Tempest Typhoon here. Paradise Aegis needs to get this cap started, otherwise the staggers are going to come in and cause a lot of problems. And we already see Cardi going down very low. They're demeched and removed from the fight. This is a big opportunity for Tempest Typhoon. Application Matrix popped as well. They don't have any other ults, but it doesn't look like they need them because Kriya on the Doom is finding value. That one pick potential paying dividends.
Oh yeah, Kriya swaps the Doom from the death, able to get a 3-piece, and Yikes, able to stay alive throughout the entire fight, even though Brickwall tries to chase him down. He's able to get the pick, and I think that changed the fight. He's able to get the shatter online, able to get Cardi out of mech and killed. You know, crazy stuff coming out from Tempest on the defense.
They've already burned off over 2 minutes from this time bank. It was looking so dire from them initially, but now they are definitely looking better. They have the photon barrier. They're gonna get the self-destruct online as well. Brickwall, though, has this Death Blossom just about ready to come online, so Panda Bear needs to stay up. Here comes the engagement. Goob Dude has to back off, though, with the rest of the team. Immortality Field already out from Dr. Brennan, so she's going to have to really do a good job of healing the rest of her team, but she goes down. Average Size able to find the pick. That could be the start they need. The picks are coming in fast now for Paradise Aegis. Here comes the self-destruct. It's going to equalize again. It gets Kappa Nemo out of the fight, but is that going to be enough? Panda Bear trying to take this Reaper out of the fight as well, but they get demeched at the last moment right before they're able to take him out, but they still get them into Baby Eva form. Average Size coming back in, though, with a big pick. Yikes, swinging that Rocket Hammer on point now, trying to clear everybody away, and that is exactly what the Tempest Typhoon is able to do.
Yikes, able to stay on that Ryan, comes back with the Shatter, and gets 3 or 4 with that, able to secure 3 kills from that. Absolutely crazy. However, Goobdoob and Cardi both have their tank ults. Average Size will hopefully be able to get this EMP on his next fight, as well as Hidden Ninja with this Moira ult. Now you're gonna have Don Super with his Lucio beat, so what I want to see from him is I want to see him hide and make sure he's able to get off this Lucio beat, and then a counter average sized EMP with this.
Yeah, and I think they've already done it once. They can do it again, that's for sure. Hidden Ninja getting primed, getting ready to pop this Coalescence.
No
I
EMP?
imagine we're gonna see that first. Jab Gamer, though, gets Average Size, so yeah, no EMP online for Paradise Aegis. They're just gonna back out, and now they're almost down to just a minute, and they started with over 5.
This is crazy. You know, that's instrumental pick right there. I was getting ready to see a 6, 7 ults invested in that fight, but Jab Gamer able to get Average Sight out of the fight insanely quickly, and they're able to get 30, 40 seconds off just like that. Now they're under a minute.
to be so hard for them, but they do have 4, almost 5 ults in the bank, ready to go. They start with the self-destruct. They layer it onto port. Here's the EMP. It comes out just a little bit late, but it does grab Jab Gamer. The sound barrier does come off from Don Super once again. Cabanemo layers theirs in as well. Here comes the Death Blossom from Kriya, but they are removed from the fight. They weren't able to get it off, and now Paradise Aegis primed to cap this point with just about 30 seconds left. The Shatter comes in, but it doesn't find anybody, or find any kills, that is. Paradise Aegis, they are gonna cap with 24 seconds left in the bank.
Crazy seeing it. And you know, average size. Sabra might not necessarily be known for kill potential, but I believe average size able to get 3 to that last fight. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know about average. I'm thinking more like supersized right there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Call McDonald's, right?
Honestly.
But this is gonna be this is not unattainable for Tempest Typhoon. They have to cap second point, we know that, but there's only 24 seconds in the time bank for Paradise Aegis. That's not a whole lot of time. I mean, when, you know, if and when we go back to, or if and when we go to round 3 rather, that's only going to be a minute on the clock, right? That's 1, maybe 2 team fights if you lose the first one quickly.
Oh yeah, and you know, I mean, Tempest, obviously, yeah, like you said, they're gonna have to get, they're gonna have to cap second point, and you know, I'm judging from last round from Icon, they were able to cap first point pretty darn quick. So you know, Paradise, they're gonna have to hold first point for at least 2 minutes, surely, if they want a chance. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the time bank will be too much.
Yeah, although Tempest Typhoon, they had other plans for Paradise Aegis with that 5.5 minute bank. So anything can certainly happen here, and especially on 2CP. This map type is so weird, to put it mildly.
Oh yeah.
Coming out with the Orisa Diva comp on the defense for Paradise Aegis, comp that we've seen run in Overwatch League quite a bit recently. Tempest Typhoon going for the rotation to the left side. They're going to try and push Paradise Aegis out from this high ground. They're already rotating back to the other high ground, which you would expect here. Tempest Typhoon now, they're caught up here and unsure exactly where they're going to want to push next, as this shield is just going to get chunked down. Oh, here comes the teleporter right over to the other side, but Jab Gamer removed immediately by the turret of average size. Now, Yikes trying to put some pressure on point, but it's unclear how much they're really going to be able to do without Jab in the fight. Jab did just respawn, so if they can make this fight take a little bit longer, they could get the reinforcements they need, but already we see Hardy out of mech and removed from the fight by Yikes. This is looking better for Tempest Typhoon. They are turning this around. Jab Gamer is back in the fight with them, and now the freeze just a little too much for many of the members of Paradise Aegis to maintain.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I cannot believe Tempest is able to turn this around. I love the initial rotation by Paradise, but and they were able to get, what, 2 or 3 picks right off the bat? But yeah, man, the recent came through, and Yikes, just going off right now. Already has a shatter.
Did you see that fire strike in midair?
I saw that. Was beautiful.
Oh man.
Now this next fight, we're gonna see Kriya on this male. I don't know necessarily how much she'll be able to do with Goob Dude. Usually you try and get the main tank, but Goob Dude on Orisa will able to be get out of it using the shift. So it'll be interesting to see what we see.
Yeah.
Big shatter.
Massive shatter. They're able to get 2 picks immediately, but they are equalized just as quickly. Charge comes in. D-Mac onto Cardi. They're going to go down very low. That supercharger is out right now. But there's almost already 1 tick on the board for Paradise. Or sorry, for Tempest Typhoon. But Goob Dude, able to get a little bit of value though. And in fact, they are going to turn this around. Paradise Aegis is. They are going to hold. But smartly, Tempest Typhoon held on to a lot of ults.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm worried about this next fight for Paradise. They're gonna have this Diva Bomb, and they might get Bob online for this next fight, but you're going into a wall. Amplificated Matrix. Diva Bomb. I mean, surely some of these ults are gonna get 2 to 3 picks. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to stall this fight and bring back the respawns.
Yeah, exactly. Paradise Aegis definitely wants to take this slow. They've almost got the Bob online. They have the self-destruct now. And Tempest Typhoon not moving quickly. Oh, that has to be a mistake right there. Oh, you hate to see it. So sorry, Panda Bear. They're going to have to look for a different engagement now to start things off. The Photon Barrier could come out here and give Tempest Typhoon a little bit of purchase onto this point. They have 3.5 minutes to get things going. Dr. Brennan, she already used her amplification matrix, and it really didn't get a whole lot of value either. So Tempest Typhoon kind of getting stalled out here at the moment, but now party removed. They popped the self-destruct, but that wall is going to be in the way. And in fact, though, Yikes goes down to the self-destruct. Average size comes up big with the molten core as well. Paradise Aegis gonna hold again.
Paradise able to stall this fight so long. Average size is gonna get his ult up and able to clean house with it. Hidden Ninja able to get 2 on the very end. And you know, the ability to stall out that fight, able to get out. Now, obviously, the Diva Bomb necessarily wasn't used the best, and that definitely gives the advantage to Paradise Aegis. So it definitely let off the hook there. So it'll be interesting to see how I would definitely want to see definitely 1 or 2 eco fights by Paradise. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get it just off the sound barrier and the mail, but hey, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to see. Tempest Typhoon getting ready to push in again, but that Ryan shield just keeps getting chunked down so low on this high ground that Yikes doesn't have much room to do anything. But here comes the sound barrier on the point. Shatter comes in, doesn't catch anybody. Hidden Ninja already using that Coalescence as well, but it's Korea able to get the pick onto Goob Hunter, Goob Dude. The Blizzard doing tremendous value. Sound barrier comes in, and now it looks like Paradise Aegis starting to be able to turn this fight, and it's looking very likely, especially because they have the spawn advantage now. Under 2 minutes left for Tempest Typhoon to try and take this map. Otherwise, Paradise Aegis gonna take us to a map 5.
Man, Tempest has to get Brick Wall off this high ground right here. I loved in the very first fight, Jab was able to TP them to the high ground, and they were able to take out Brick right off the bat. But man, Brick Wall on that bridge right there, just able to look over the entire point and able to put pot shots into whoever he pleases. And now he has the Bob too. Yeah. It's looking extremely good for Paradise all of a sudden. They could definitely take this map.
Yeah, with average sized, primed to get this molten core online too, it's gonna make it impossible for Tempest Typhoon to try and stay on point.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, here comes the amplification matrix from Dr. Brenner. She gets things started. There's a much better bomb from Panda Bear. Doesn't catch anybody, neither does the remech. And already Korea removed from the fight again. Tempest Typhoon just unable to really get anything done here on this point. With Paradise Aegis on it.
However, Paradise does use the Torbolt, which I mean, maybe it was to get him out quickly, but you definitely would have wanted to say that. Now you're only going to have the Diva Bomb for this next and potentially last true fight here. So it'll be interesting to see. They're going into a Shatter and a Sim Wall, so it'll be interesting. And Dr. Brennan, hopefully she'll be able to get her Bap Wall as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to do this.
Yeah, here comes the big Shatter. Yikes able to find value with the Goop Dude already removed from the fight. And now Jab Gamer just doing tremendous destruction with that photon beam once again. Picks though on either side. Yikes is out of the fight, so many name take, but Jab Gamer comes up huge. The capture percentage starts for Tempest Typhoon. They've got 1 tick. They're gonna be able to get 2, possibly even 3 before anybody has a chance to touch. Here comes Goob Dude charging into point, but he is removed. He only is there long enough to get the overtime ticked over. Bob committed from Brick Wall. Can it find the value that they need? Dot Super is there with the sound barrier too. Excellent play by them. Yikes finds Hidden Ninja as well. So no big heals. Capanemo's the only source of heals now left for Paradise Aegis, and that is gonna do it. But Paradise Aegis with a little bit more in the time bank than Tempest Typhoon.
Oh my gosh, huge individual plays coming out by Tempest Typhoon. Yikes on the ball, able to get 2 crucial picks at the very end there. Jab Gamer able to open up in the very beginning, gets 3 with his photon beam. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. And then Dawn Super with the Lucio beat in the middle of the fight, able to keep his team alive throughout it. Crazy scenes. You love to see it.
That you do. And since it's going to be Tempest Typhoon on the attack first, they've got to try and run it back now. They weren't able to capture that point, I think, in the first fight that they fought. But they got very close, so they have to try to take this as quick as they can. And not going to lie, I like the pick onto Doom that we're seeing Kriya hover over right now in spawn.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mean, especially into this, if they're able to get him set up with Jap Gamer TP, he can put massive damage, especially into Brick Wall and the Bat. I mean, with a good punch, he could completely turn the fight.
He could. Now, we are in a situation where we could have a draw again, so it is entirely possible if both teams' defenses, you know, turn out very well that we could be going to a map 4, but still in a 2-1 scenario. But let's see if somebody can pull it out here. I know both of them really want it. Once again, we're seeing this Orisa Diva composition on the defense from Paradise Aegis. It worked pretty well for them in the past, but gonna be curious to see how it's gonna do this time around.
Oh yeah, especially with this Doom pick, especially. We were commenting on it early, and it'll definitely be interesting to see how they set up. They did it earlier, and I love this rotation by Paradise.
Me too.
Hopefully they do a little better defending this time around, though.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking for that TP over, I am sure, once again, as soon as they, yep, here it comes. Oh, no, they're just going straight to point, it looks like. Brick Wall goes down very low, but so does Kriya. Kriya unable to find any value. In fact, Brick Wall able to get the pick onto them. So now there's only 20 seconds left for Tempest Typhoon to try and make something happen. Cardi gets debacked, though. This could be the opening that they need. They go down very, very low and, in fact, are removed. So, Dr. Brennan, she's able to get that final blow onto them. They're starting to get this capture percentage up. And Dr. Brennan now in this little cubby hole right here, just keeping Tempest Typhoon up and alive. Ooh, Panda Bear goes down very low. Yikes is removed from the fight, but so is Hidden Ninja. So now there's only one source of heals on the side of Paradise Aegis. Can they do what they need to with just that? It looks like they are getting the picks that they need to get, but already there's been one tick on the point. Make that 2. I can't believe this. It looks like Tempest Typhoon is coming back into this. Oh no, the pick's finally coming back in for Paradise Aegis. They're gonna be able to eventually get them off the point, but there is a win condition set now for Tempest Typhoon. They can come back in and win this. They can clinch it out here. It's all gonna be up to this attack from Paradise Aegis.
I mean, I won't say there's gonna be a tie, because it is a possibility if they get exactly 62.2%.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I totally just cash the curses right there. But, you know, I think, you know, you just got to get, realistically, you got to get a tick about. So, you know, that's basically, well, one good fight win. So it's going to be real interesting to see if Paradise Aegis is able to bring this attack and able to clinch it in 2 fights. What, they've got, well, 124, so about 2 good fights, I'd say.
2 fights. Yeah,
so they're gonna get some ults online, so it's gonna be really interesting to see if necessarily they're gonna want to invest right away. Like if they get an ult in this first fight, if they're gonna want to invest it right away, or maybe save it for the second fight when they have a better chance and they're gonna have more online. It's gonna be really interesting to see what kind of rotation they take. They're gonna have the solution speed, which is gonna be really good to get them places where they want to go. However, they're gonna be running into the Kriya's May wall, which would definitely put a bump into that, so it'll be interesting to sell it. Oh, okay, they've completely changed the comp. I'm going to stop talking about Brawl. I've been baited again.
It's all good.
I did it again.
This is still kind of a brawly comp. I mean, they've got, you know, the Reaper in there as well. But no, this is a 6-man dive, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is a 6-man
I was
dive.
baited. I was hard baited. They're in the Discord chat right now. They're listening to every word I say. I swear.
All right, Average Size, going ahead and doing some scouting for Paradise Aegis, letting them know where everybody is set up, and starting to take that high ground. Paradise Aegis, the rest of them rotating the point. Already, Goob Dude has to use his shield. Goes down very, very low very quickly as well, forced to use that jump pack to jump out of the fight. 55 seconds now on the clock. Paradise Aegis needs to make a move if they want to try and have 2 fights here. Oh, and Goob Dude just immediately deleted by Yikes. Now, Jab Gamer on the Reaper as well. This is a new look. Kriya already finds Hidden Ninja as well, and that's going to be a fast reset for Paradise Aegis. They know that this is their last fight now. And the ult bank's looking a little bit better for Tempest Typhoon, although still, nobody has anything online yet.
Oh yeah, and I love this Reaper pick coming out by Jab Gamer instead of this Symmetra, especially into this Winston comp. If he's able to get inside the Winston bubble next to Goob Dude's gonna have to say goodbye to this world. He's not gonna last long.
No, he is not. He's gonna be goodbye world from Goob Dude. Stretched for that one, but the fight has started out on point. Cardi goes down very low. The Shatter is able to find value, and look at this Tempest Typhoon coming out with 3 kills. Make that 4. Tempest Typhoon is gonna come back with the win here on Volskaya Industry and take revenge for the 3-0 beating that Paradise Aegis gave them in GGNA. Congratulations, Tempest Typhoon, coming up with a big dub early here in this tournament for Hyperion Co.
Oh man, GG's to everyone. You know, the score might be 3-1, but it could not have been closer. You know, we went into overtime on that very last map. Tempest actually able to turn it. They were the ones that went into overtime on their attack. So well done to them. And you know, every single map of this series, you know, we went 1-1 in control. Dorado was extremely close. Icon wasn't as close, but I mean, that map was still relatively close. You know, it definitely wasn't a blowout. And you know, I mean, both these teams, very even, but, you know, Tempest, at the end of the day, they're coming home with a victory, so extremely well done to those guys.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I know both teams are going to be looking forward to their next matches. Tempest coming in a little bit hotter than Paradise Aegis today, but I think both of these teams could be contenders for, you know, taking the cup. They both looked very, very strong. But tell you what, we are going to go to a short break, but stick around because right after that, we're going to announce your MVP for the match and have an interview. So, see you soon. All right. You did it! Congratulations, King!
Oh, no, we're not done yet. We still have the interview. Dude, I keep getting baited.
It happens. Let's talk about MVP first. I'm thinking Jab Gamer for MVP. How are you feeling, King?
I like Jab. I was gonna say Jab Gamer as well.
Cool. Let's just get Jab in for an interview then.
Jab Gamer. Wow. We summon you. Okay. Oh no, he hasn't said anything yet. Okay, you're gonna need to drag
him up here.
Yo, Oakley, when next time you see Lemon, you're gonna have to yell at him for that diva ult he did.
Oh, hello.
I thought Panda Bear was Lemon.
What's up, Jab?
Hello.
Congrats on the win.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So yeah, gotta feel especially good after the you know, losing to them 3-0 in GGNA.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not there for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Excuse me. Let's see here.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, I'm writing mine down real quick. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Sounds like you got a little bit of a sneak peek into what we were about to announce. So, you all are well aware that our MVP tonight is none other than Jab Gamer. They did a tremendous job on the Symmetra, and then throwing a little curveball in right at the end with that Reaper pick. So, congratulations on your MVP. Happy to have you in here for the interview as well. Now, to start things out, I wanted to know what prompted all of the sim picks. Like, I've seen sim come up a lot, but like not this much. So, is this? I mean, clearly this seems to be something you all have been working on for a while.
Well, yeah, we've been working on the sim for a little while, but like the sim is just like a really good pick for brawl comp, and it just works well.
Yeah. So there wasn't much thought of, beyond that. Then it sounds like it was just sim works. Let's go with her then. Do you have like a lot of TP strats then as well for most of the maps, or
Well, we
just some of
tried.
them?
We
Okay.
have TP. We tried. Like that, we failed on the TP bomb, but
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
That was the TP bomb. We were wondering in the caster booth. We thought that they just forgot to hit boosters. So that makes a lot more sense now. Now that I realize that. Well, I'm gonna turn it over now to the king for a few questions.
Oh yeah. All right. So question number 1. Coming into the match, you guys obviously have played these guys before. You've lost 0-3. Coming into this, before this, what's the mentality like? Do you want to like get these guys back? Were you guys a little intimidated? Like, what was it like?
well, I think going into the match, we definitely knew that we had to beat them because they beat us last time. But I feel like we definitely had a better team than last time as well.
Oh yeah, it looked like it. Definitely. Alrighty. And now, I gotta ask. In comp, I don't know if you necessarily play sim a lot. But whenever I go sim, people complain. I don't know if you get a lot of complaints playing sim. Is
Well,
this true?
I don't play sim in comp.
Play sim and comp?
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
No.
maybe you should. You look solid on the sim, I must say.
Yeah. Now, before we close things out, do you have any shout-outs that you want to give today, Jab?
I want to give a shout out to Kreia for being the best, being just all the call outs and knowing how to play the game.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Cray. I take it as the shot caller for your team.
Yes.
Nice. Unusual to see a DPS shot caller, but if it works, that's fantastic, and glad to hear it. Well, that's gonna do it for us tonight. So thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been the second match of the new Hyperion Cup, very first season. Excited to be a part of it. Once again, we had Tempest Typhoon going up 3-1 over Paradise Aegis, and lots more exciting Overwatch to come for you. We've got one more match this week. I'm unclear exactly when it's going to be played. Sunday, is that what I heard, production? Sunday. That game is going to be played on Sunday, so be sure to tune back in for that as we wrap up the first week of the brand new Hyperion Cup. Once again, my name is Warren Juggle God Hammond, been joined on the mic by none other than the King, coming down from his usual perch in the skies with a Mercy pocketing him to let us hear his beautiful voice tonight on the broadcast. So thank you so much for joining me as well. GG's, and see you next time.